Royal Palace Dawn. Welcome to the Golden Age of Arabia. In a land of vast deserts and towering palaces, a legend was born, not of a conqueror, but of a man whose heart was larger than any kingdom. This is the story of Hatim Tai, king on throne. Envy. In the capital, the king sat on his golden throne, but his mind was far from peaceful. Despite his wealth, he was haunted by the fame of Hatim. Everywhere he went, people praised Hatim's generosity more than the king's power. King's anger, close-up, envy, turned into a dark obsession. The king could no longer bear to share the spotlight. If Hatim Tai is dead, he thought, I will finally be the most loved man in all the land. He called for his most trusted shadow, assassin. Preparing deep in the stone armory, a fierce assassin prepared for a grim task. He was a master of the blade, a silent shadow in the night. The king's command was simple: find Hatim Tai and bring back proof of his demise. Assassin on horse day. The journey was long and brutal. Riding a powerful black horse, the assassin crossed the endless sun-drenched dunes. The heat was unforgiving, but his resolve was colder. He rode toward the legendary tribe of Tai assassin, Night Sky. As night fell, the desert transformed into a mystical landscape of deep blue and silver. Under the watchful eyes of 1,000 stars, the assassin navigated the rugged mountains, getting closer to his unsuspecting target, Hatim, offering water. Exhausted and thirsty, the stranger arrived at a humble tent. A young man with gentle eyes and a kind smile greeted him immediately, offering a bowl of fresh, cool water without asking a single question. This was Hatim, the grand feast. Inside the dimly lit tent, Hatim served a magnificent feast of meat and fresh fruits. The assassin, hidden under his cloak, was stunned. He had come to take this man's life, yet he was being treated like a royal guest. The assassin's conflict. As the night grew quiet, the assassin sat in the shadows, his hand resting on the hilt of his sword. He watched Hatim's selfless nature and felt a deep, painful conflict within his soul. How could he kill such a soul assassin? Resting Hatim insisted the stranger rest on his own bed of soft carpets and cushions. As the assassin lay there watching the flickering lamp, he realized that he had never encountered such pure, unconditional kindness in his life. The morning truth. The next morning, the stranger finally spoke. I am an assassin sent by the king to take your head. He confessed, his voice trembling. He looked at Hatim, expecting fear or a plea for mercy. But there was only peace, Hatim offering his life. Hatim stood tall, spreading his arms wide with a divine calm. If my life can fulfill your duty and satisfy your king, then take it, he said softly. A guest's wish is my command. The assassin was frozen in shock. The assassin's change. The assassin dropped his sword. He could not do it. He turned back toward the royal city, riding through the desert with a heavy heart. He was no longer a killer. He was a man who had been conquered by kindness. Back to the king, returning to the palace, the assassin stood before the king. He told the whole story. How Hatim had offered his own life for a stranger. The king's anger melted away, replaced by a profound sense of shame and respect. The final lesson. The king realized that true immortality is not found in crowns, but in the love people have for you. Hatim Tai's legacy was sealed forever. Kindness had won a war that 1,000 swords could never finish.